everybody, it's Summer and I am back with another update. I think this is Flosstube number 10. I'm pretty sure it's number 10. I know in my last video, or maybe the video before, I can't remember, I talked about doing all my videos. I was going to try and record every other Friday, and today is Wednesday, May 23rd, so obviously it's not Friday, but I realized Friday is the last day of school for both of my kids, and I wasn't going to be able to record on Friday because it's a half day for my oldest son. So instead of getting home at like 11:30 and giving me 2 hours to knock a video out after I drop off my middle, I was only going to have like 45 minutes because he's going to get home at like 10:15 instead. So that's why this video is a little, I'm looking a little rough. I didn't realize that I was gonna have to record today until like 20 minutes ago. So I threw everything together and just ran upstairs to record. So I have no makeup on. It's why my bed is only half made because I didn't really like make my bed. I just pulled the covers up, so it looks like I'm put together. I'm not even a little bit. I'm actually still in pajama pants, so that's fun. Just a little. I came home and put them back on because it's really nasty out today. Like, it looks like it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain. So it's really overcast, and I just feel like on days when it's overcast, PJ pants are the only appropriate attire. So that's that. This is not the first time I've recorded this video today. This is actually the third take. I have gone off on tangents in the last two, and instead of trying to edit them out, I just scrapped it and started over. So I have no notes because, again, I just threw this together at the last minute. So I'm trying to remember what else I talked about without, like, scrolling way over there. I'm just going to talk about my, what I've worked on since the last video. Actually, and my plans for the rest of Mania, my, like, loose plans for the rest of Mania, because Mania overwhelms me every year when I do it. So I got to, like, 10 starts and started to, like, feel the burn out of starting something new so much. And then so May is rough for me in general because it's Mania and it's Mother's Day, it's my oldest son's birthday, it's my husband's birthday, and then Memorial Day, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but at the end of school, there's just a lot in May. We usually go to visit family in Florida in June, so like at the beginning and middle of June. So I also, like, in addition to all that in May, I have to, like, be preparing mentally at least to load everybody up and drive for 18 hours to get to Florida. So May, especially the, like, from like the 15th on, is always busy because it's just so much. There's just so much in like a 3-week time span. We just have a lot going on usually. So on top of all of that, and trying to do 18 new starts in May, and trying to keep up with like the other things that I like to do every month for my stitching, I just got totally burnt out. And I did like my 10th, I was not like doing pretty good, and I was knocking them out and getting them done, or at least getting them started. I wasn't getting them done, getting them started, and then like my son's birthday creeped up on me, and then his birthday was last Friday, which also was the same day as the Santa Fe High School shooting. And that is, Santa Fe High School is 30 minutes from my house. It butts up, the Santa Fe ISD butts up with the ISD that both of my kids are in. They are in they follow different school district schedules because they just do. But both of those school districts butt up to Santa Fe ISD. So, I'm not going to get real deep into this because this is what has led me off the last 2 times, but our community is devastated. Devastated. And you would think after the third time I'd have something, I'd have a way to approach this, and I don't. I don't have the answers. Nobody does. It was a senseless act, and 10 beautiful people didn't go home. And our community is reeling, trying to figure out how to move forward, what to do next, and where to go, and how to put one foot in front of the other every single day. Since then, since Friday, we've had like 15 credible threats against schools in the greater Houston area. And it's a struggle to get up and put your child on the bus and send them to school where they should be safe, where they should be able to go and learn and interact and grow and just be kids for any length of time. It's difficult. It's really difficult. And there's only a couple days left in the school year for most of Houston. A lot of kids are out on Friday. And a lot of parents have just decided to not send their kids at all this week because how do you send your kids to school like that? It's hard. And any other community that has gone through this knows. But when it hits in your backyard, it really drives it home. Our neighbor down the street, he's a retired police officer now, but he grew up in Santa Fe. He went to Santa Fe High School. That's where he started his career, was on Santa Fe Police Department. And he's just the devastation when you talk to him. And he's removed from it at this point. His kids don't live there. They live with him here. But they grew up there for a while, and they have friends who are directly affected by it. And it's just, it has to stop. And I don't have the answers, and I'm not going to get into a political gun control debate on here or anywhere, honestly. But it has to stop. Our schools have to be safe places. They have to be. We should be able to send our kids to school and not have to worry about this. We should be able to go to church or any place of worship and not have to worry about it. We should be able to go to a club, a bar, a restaurant, the mall, anywhere. Something has to be done. And like I said, I don't have the answers. I don't. But our community as a whole would appreciate any prayers and of healing, of understanding, of anything. They would appreciate it. And before it gets too dark again and I go down that hole of just absolute panic and stop this and go pick up my kids from school early, I'm going to change the subject and talk about my stitching. So, sorry, I'm trying not to break the printer down there. So, the last video, I talked about, or basically everything I did was a big project because I know myself. I knew I was going to get bogged down and overwhelmed with the sheer volume of projects that I was starting, that I knew I needed to like offset it with some smalls. So my small projects were going to be the Brooks Books Advent Animals. I never ordered fabric again. I talked about it in my last video. The fabric I ordered was wrong and I needed to reorder it. Yeah, I forgot until like Monday, I think. So that fabric is now ordered, I think. Maybe I just put it in my cart. I don't even remember. I need to check. I need to order the fabric and eventually get those started. So I kind of had to go and find some projects to fill in the rest of the month. The 6 that I was missing from that, I needed to find 6 other projects. So I had a few like floaters because I also needed to order the threads for one of my planned projects. They're all overdyed and I didn't have any of them, so I needed to order those. That was all supposed to be like in my big order with the fabric the correct fabric I needed. So anyway, that's all either in my cart or I just ordered it. I don't remember. I don't have it. So I was now short 7 projects. The more I looked at my Little Boy Blue, the more overwhelmed I got with all of the colors that I just put it away. I didn't even try with it. I just put it away, and that's going to be a project for like another time. Maybe in like a couple years when my kids aren't little and like also trying to get into stuff. There's a lot of colors and there's a lot of blends and there's like a lot of half stitches and the chart's confusing. And I'm really disappointed because it's a Stony Creek pattern, but it's so not easy to follow. So I put that away. So now I was down 8 projects. And then I also never re-dyed fabric for my Angel, the dark navy that I wanted. I never re-dyed fabric for it because, like I said, May has just been crazy. So now I was down 9. And I had only pulled out like 4 extras. So I was still short like significant amounts of projects. So I had to go digging and try and find some smalls, but I was also being really lazy and didn't want to cut down fabric. I didn't want to cut down fabric. I didn't want to math is what it was. Because by the time I realized all this, it was this past weekend, and I had the heaviness of Santa Fe sitting on me. My oldest turned 4, so that was just exhausting. And then Saturday night when we got home, my middle started throwing up. So when it came down to it on Sunday and I realized I was short all these projects, and even into Monday, the thought of sitting there and doing math and figuring out how much fabric I needed to cut out and how much fabric I needed in general was just overwhelming. So I had to find something that like I could just like grab and go. So I'm like, let me see what kits I have. So I was able to find a couple kits. I went through some of my old magazines and I found a couple that I think will work. So we're just gonna start at the beginning from the last time. So the last time I spoke to you, on the 11th, Friday the 11th, I worked on my Whimsy Thoughts, and this is what they look like. There's 4, actually. Let me just pull it up on my phone. I should have been prepared, but I was not. So we've already established that. Let's see. Go way back to the beginning of the month. April, not March. Okay. So the Whimsy Thoughts are these. There's 4 of them. And so the first one I started with was Snow, which is obviously the one that says Snow. And I finished it. I think it took me, like I started it and then I finished it the next day. And it's hard to see, but the snowman is all white. Because he's a snowman. But these are just stitched on 14 count white Aida. Oh, and that one's dirty already. Look at that. So anyway, these I'm probably just going to, so they have them done, and it's from the Gift of Cross Stitching digital magazine, and they have them done like as gift tags. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I've actually like measured it out, and I can put on each, I think I just cut like 9x9 blocks because that was easy. I think I can fit 2 more on either side, and if I can, I'm just going to stitch them all 3 times and use them probably for gift tags for my kids' teachers next year, because next year I'm going to have like 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus I have 9 teachers. Well, 5 teachers and, or 2, 4, 6, 5 teachers and 2 assistants. So I have 7 teachers. See, guys, math. It's not my thing. My husband is the math person. So I'll have 7 teachers. 5 teachers and 2 assistants. Plus 6 bus drivers. 3 bus drivers and 3 assistants. Because, well, if it follows the same routine, because so my oldest son has one morning bus driver, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday has a different bus driver, and Tuesday and Thursdays it's a different bus driver, and each driver has an assistant. It cost me like $100 for end of year gifts for my kids, teachers, and bus drivers. So that was my husband's birthday present, because I didn't really think about it until like a week ago. He's gonna get his birthday present and Father's Day present all rolled into one in June. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I think I can get, what am I doing? 1 up top and 1 down below and send them off like that. So that was snow. This one I started on the 11th and finished it on I think I finished it the next day. I think I finished it on Saturday, the 12th. And then on the 12th, I started and finished Joy. And I think this one is my favorite because the little snowman, little snow woman with her little holly mistletoe thing up here. I just think this one is super cute. So freaking super cute. This is the one that I will do multiple times. Snow, you can't even see it, so I don't know why I did it. But Snow has like little snowflakes. Even in person, you can't really see it. Maybe when I finish it and I do it on like a piece of like cardstock, maybe you'll be able to see it, but even then, like, look, y'all, you still can't see it. I'm not going to do this one again, is basically what it boils down to. I'm not going to do Snow again, because it was a lot of work. I mean, it wasn't a lot of work. I finished it in, like, an hour. It was more work than I wanted to put into it, and there were so many... I just didn't like that one. Joy, on the other hand, flippin' adorable. I just think it's super cute. And then I also did on the 15th, I'm going to skip ahead a couple days because I already have it. On the 15th, I did Hope. And this one's super cute too. I'll do this one again. So the only one I have left to do is Love. Excuse me. And I'll probably do that one day this week. Like I said, those are just all on 14 count Aida, white Aida. And I'm stitching them in all the called for colors. Sorry, our neighbor across the street is a personal trainer. Well, like, over there. He's a personal trainer. And he trains from his garage. Which, on a side note, props to those people who come and get trained by him in his garage in Houston summers. Like, last summer he was out there training people, and it's, like, 97 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're out there flipping tires and, like, dragging ropes down the sidewalk. I'm like, I worked up a whole sweat and almost had heat stroke walking to the car. In my garage. That's like, these people are crazy. In a good way. But not a chance would I do that. Not a chance. Anyway, that was a total tangent, but they're out there doing it now. I just heard the tires flip. That's what caught me off guard. I think that's what he's doing. He like ties it, like wraps it around the fire hydrant, and they do like this thing, or they like drag the tire down and back. He does at our clubhouse on Saturday mornings, he does like a boot camp, and it's free. So he's always like, why don't you come out and do it with me on Saturday mornings? And I'm like, I'm going to pass. That's Thunder, y'all. That's not him out there. That's Thunder. I just realized what it actually was. That's Thunder. I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah, I'm like, I don't think that's for me, actually. No, I'm gonna pass. He's like, you'll have a really good time. I'm like, I don't think heat stroke at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday that's not my definition of a good time. Maybe it's yours. Obviously it's yours. That is not my definition. My definition of a good time on a Saturday morning is a mimosa and brunch. So, anyway, back to stitching. So last week I worked off and on, I had one whip. But I'm going to show that after I do these next couple new starts. On Sunday, the 20th, this was after, so on Sunday, we'd had the shooting on Friday. My son's birthday was also Friday. His birthday party was Saturday, and then my middle son was throwing up Saturday night. So Sunday, I was pretty fried. And I needed something that was I needed something that was not going to hurt my head. So I started this. This is a Dimensions kit, Home Sweet Home, and obviously I'm doing Texas. This version, or this kit came with all 50 states and Puerto Rico and DC, I think. I don't know. It has all 50 states. Yeah, all 50 states. But I think it also has Puerto Rico and DC. I feel like it might. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. This chart is spoken for when I'm done with it. Somebody has already requested it because she said she couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. So this one will be going off to her. And I worked on this on, let's see, Sunday the 20th and Monday the 21st. And this is how far I've gotten. Oh, that's really washed out for some reason. The sun's trying to come out from behind a cloud. So that's how far I've gotten. I have most of the panhandle done up here. Most of the panhandle's done up here. It's a quick stitch, but this fabric, it's 14 count Aida, but it is terrible. It is terrible. It's stiff, and like the needle doesn't go through it very easily. It's terrible. But I'm gonna power through because it's such a tiny little kit, and I've already done that much. And again, I didn't want to cut fabric, especially when I already had fabric, like, came with the fabric. So I'm just gonna power through. I don't think this is gonna take me very much longer. Sunday, I think I only worked on it for like maybe an hour, and same thing Monday. I only worked on it for about an hour. I watched what was on Monday? The hockey game. The Tampa Bay Lightning was on. So I watched that. And didn't get a whole lot of stitching done. So that was new start number 12. And then my last new start for this month so far was, this is I think it's a Dutch brand, Vervaco maybe? So this is what it's going to look like. Or it's the 3, they're supposed to be cards. So I think I talked about this when I got it. I got this when Hobby Lobby was doing everything was on sale. There was no way I was going to spend $20 on these. But $5, I could do that. So I snatched this, and they are so itty bitty. I started on the first one. Well, I mean, I guess. I don't want to take it all out. So I started with this one. This is the one I'm working on first. I'm going to do them all because they're so tiny and they're freaking adorable. I didn't grab a Ziploc for these because I'm like, oh, I'll just shove it all back in the bag. But that bag, like, anyway. So this is what I've done so far on this one. They're so flippin' tiny. They're what, like the cards are 4x6. It didn't add up to me when I was reading this that, so it says the cards, it says CA, and it has it in centimeters, and then 4x6. So for whatever reason, I just assumed, because I don't math, that the project was going to be 4x6. It is not. It is itty bitty. It's probably like, I mean, that's the top. So this is the top, the very top, and then this is the right edge. All right, think about it. The very right edge. So it goes, I mean, it goes down. There's still more, obviously, to do. But, like, they are, like, that's basically an accurate size of it. So my original plan was to do them all and then frame them in, like, a triple 4x6 frame. I don't know if they make them this small. So I'm going to have to, like, once I get them done, I'm going to have to re-evaluate my finishing idea. Because once they're, like, framed, like, they're tiny. They're tiny, tiny. I may, like, fray the edges and glue them to, like, or adhere them to, like, foam board maybe, foam core, and do it that way. I'm not really sure, but I want to do them all three and frame them somehow together. I'm not going to do the cards. I'm going to frame them or somehow display them all together. I really don't think these are going to take me long to do. These I will probably take when I go to Florida because it's, like, contained. I can stick a thing of scissors in there and be done with it. It's small, but there's 3 of them, so I figure the chances of me finishing all 3 before we go are, like, slim to none. But that's small enough that, like, I can stick it. So, what I think is going to go to Florida with me when we go. So those are the only starts I have. I mean, that was 5 new starts for the last 10 days. So, sorry guys. I popped my knee going down the stairs the other day and it's very painful still. So anyway, my whip, my one and only whip, and I worked on this for like 1, 2, 3, 4, it took me like 6 days because I think every time I sat down with this last week, something happened and I wasn't, like, I just couldn't give it the attention that it needed for whatever reason last week. Sorry, thought I heard something. So this is my Halloween and Quilt by Cuore Batacore, maybe? This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I was working on this block down here. My plans, my goals for May were to finish this whole block. And I had, like, when I finished off, I had basically, I had her head, her hat, her head and face, and this part of her cloak was done, and then everything over here was already done. So for May, I had to do the orange, her feet, this part of the cloak, her little wand, and the pumpkin fellow, and the 2 birds. So I was like, oh, that won't be hard. 6 days later, I finally got it done. But it's done. Of course, as I was finishing the second to last little bird up here, I realized that I did them all in the wrong color. They're supposed to be done in 3379, I think. They're supposed to be done in, yeah, 37.99, and I did them all in 310. And I didn't realize that until I got to this one, and that was the last one I did. And I was not picking them all out to do them over. So, it is what it is. I think they look fine as black. $37.99 is basically dark black. I mean, it's dark brown. Or whatever. So, those aren't being changed. That's just what it is. The back stitch isn't done on this. On these, if I can get to the back stitch in like the allotted month, then I will. If I can't, then I don't worry about it. Needle minders from Julie at Nifty Needle Nannies, I think. Eesh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's from her. I'm really second guessing myself now. I'm almost positive that one's from her. So that's, and I love this project. So my June and July goals are to get this block done, where the needle minder is now. So it's a pretty, I mean, it's a tall, skinny block, but I gave it 2 months because it's pretty dense at the bottom with the little cat down here. That's pretty dense. And I knew we'd be traveling in June. So I gave myself 2 months. I'll probably, excuse me, I have it like written down to do June. June is basically from this balloon right here down. So it's like all of that. I'll probably flip-flop it because like I said, we're traveling in June. We're going to be gone most of the month. So I'll probably, or the kids and I, my husband will be home. I'll probably flip-flop it and try and do the cat in July when I'm home. So that's that. Here's the whole project as it stands now. I feel the end in this one, y'all. So close. I only have 2 blocks left. So hopefully, so June and July, my goal is to get this one done. June and July. Get this one done in August and then do all the back stitching in September. Because it is, I've tried to do some of the back stitching like this. The back stitching is done in this block. This one, it's partly done. I have to do the same like curly Q thingies on these two. None of the back stitching is done for these. So there's still quite a bit of back stitching. So I'm going to give myself the month of September, which hopefully will only take like a day or 2 to do. But just in case. And then figure out what I'm going to do with it and have it ready for Halloween. Perhaps. So that's what it looks like so far. Sorry, my computer went dark. That's what it looks like so far. Oh, this is done on a 32 count linen, Belfast linen in gold sand by XJU Design. I love the fabric that I picked for this. I love the pattern. I love everything about this piece, honestly. Except the backstitch. But that's true of any piece, basically. I'm not a big backstitch fan. So anyway, so that's that one. This one probably will not be going on vacation with me. Maybe. Probably not, though. Anyway, whenever I finish this, she has a Christmas one. I think she has 2 Christmas ones, actually. I think she has like a winter one and a Christmas one. Probably going to be starting one of those. Because sorry for shaking everything. Because I love them. So, right now I am at 13 new starts for May. My goal was 18 for the month. I have 1 more of the Whimsy Thoughts Love. And then I have 2 of the card pieces from the Verico Christmas card things. So that takes me up to 16. So I only have 2 other, like, really, I have 2 more, to start to reach my goal. I still have all the pieces that I pulled. They're over here. That's why I keep looking over there. I'm sorry. I still have all those pieces that I pulled that I can start if the urge for a big project strikes, that I still have to kit up and put together. And I don't think it's going to, because the next couple, like, we're on the 23rd. So we've got 9 days left, and I have 5 projects left. Good Lord, y'all. Math. I'm telling you, it is not my thing. 9 days left, and I have 5 projects that I'd like to start. So I don't think I'm going to get to one of the big projects. And this weekend is Memorial Day, so I don't think my husband's birthday is on Memorial Day. I just don't think I'm going to have the gusto and the drive to start something big. If I do, then I do. If I don't, then I don't. So anyway, I think I talked in one of my first couple videos, maybe it was I think it was one of my first videos when I showed the birth samplers for my older two kids, and I mentioned how I didn't have one for my third. Like, he was born in September, and with my first, I think I had his done. He was born in May, and I think I had his done by, like, June. It was all done. All I had to do was put his name and his information in it. And then with my middle, he was born in January, and I probably had it done by June because he was the second, so it took a little bit longer to get it done. The baby was born in September. I haven't even started it. Apparently I ordered this. Didn't even know I ordered it. Don't remember when I ordered it. I actually, once I pulled it out, I vaguely remembered, like, I remembered seeing it and going, oh, maybe I'll get that. Maybe that'll work. Apparently I did. And it's cute. When I stitched them for my older two kids, I didn't have, like, I thought the only thing you could stitch were kits. So I was really into it. Now I'm not. So this one I feel is going to be a little bit of a stretch to get done. But it's not super complicated. Those are mostly big blocks of color. They're not, like, there's a lot of white space. So I'm hoping that I'm like, okay, if I just power through it. And he's already born, so I already have all the information. I can just do it all. It doesn't look like there's a lot of backstitch, which is really a win. Like, oh, maybe there is. Yeah. Well, so all of these X's are backstitched. I may not do that. We'll see. Anyway. Sorry, the chart's like, part of it's like right there, so I can kind of look and see and compare back and forth. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. Maybe like a loose goal, maybe I can knock this out and have it done by, I think, by Christmas. So he'll only be a little over a year. I won't get it done by his birthday, like, let's be totally honest. Maybe my goal will be to have it done before he turns 2. Gives me like 12, like 15 months. Anyway, so that's going to be one new start. And then my other new start is going to be these super cute, excuse me, I'm just trying to check my time, make sure I'm good. Okay. My other new start is going to be the Bright Owl Quintet. This is by Linda Bird. It's from the Just Cross Stitch, or Cross Stitch and Needlework, September 2014. And I'm going to do them all separate, like this. Like, so you can do them all separate, or they all line up. If you stitch them all in one piece, they all line up. Like, they're designed for the, branch, sorry. The tree branch to, like, line up and make it look like they're all on one tree branch. But I'm going to do it separately like this, and then try and find a frame with 5, because they're small. They're only 57 by 53. So they're the size on 14 count. They're basically 4 by 4. They're 4 1/8 by 3 3/4. So they're 4 by 4. Try and find like a 5 frame, just a small 5 frame, like a window panel almost is kind of what I'm thinking. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like a window panel? Like one piece of glass with like the, sorry y'all. Like, I feel like I should have words and they're just not. Maybe if I find something, like, I can explain it better, but I don't think it's going to come to me. Anyway. These were also a contender, the classic Christmas charm, because they're so flipping cute. But I have a couple other Christmas series that I'm like trying to get fabric and stuff for. I didn't want to start another one. So anyway, so those are going to be done on 14 count white Aida. I have a big 20 by 30 piece that was like left over from something else. So I'm just going to use that and cut it down, I guess in 10 by 10 pieces, and that should be plenty. If they're 4 by 4, that gives me like 2.5 inches on either side, right? 3 inches on each side to figure out framing later. So that's everything, I guess. So yeah, that's what I have. Those are like my loose plans. This weekend, I'm going to work on my Amish spring. I think I have like 250 stitches in it, and I need to get to 1,200 by the end of the month. So for the Full Coverage Fanatics by the numbers Sal. So I really need to get working on that. I just haven't had the like energy, brain space, I guess, to pull it back out. So this weekend, nothing like down to the wire. So this weekend I'm going to pull it out and try and knock out, I think I have 200 done, so it means I have 1,000 left. If I can do like 300 stitches a day, then that gives me like 100-ish to knock out one day next week. I don't have to get up and get my kids to school, so maybe I can get up and instead of like breakfast and backpacks and everything and out the door, I can get up and just stitch. Sounds good. So that's what I have. I didn't get any haul this past couple weeks. I think that's it, y'all. I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. Yeah. So today's the 23rd. I will probably try, we're leaving for Florida the first full week of June, so sometime like the 4th or the 5th, I think we're leaving, the kids and I. So I'm going to try and film a video, like a Mania wrap-up next Friday. See if my kids will let me, hopefully. I found my box of, I didn't find my box. My husband brought home the box that had all my other, like, had all my magazines and stuff in it. We stored it at the office when we moved, and he brought it home for me a couple weeks ago. And I finally went through it and found a couple finishes that I forgot I had. So that was fun. I'll probably go get them and show them. Hold on. Okay, so I have, this is Love is Love by Wee Little Stitches. I think I finished this in July of 2016. This was a free pattern that Wee Little Stitches did right after the Pulse nightclub shooting. So I did this right when it came out, and I didn't really have plans for it. I just needed to do something. Since then, the Rainbows for Comfort and Peace, I think is the name of the group, they're doing the quilt pieces for the quilt for the victims' families and the survivors. And that's one of the pieces that they will, like, that they're accepting, even though it doesn't fit the 8x8, I think is the size. I don't remember all the details. Because I also have I have a couple that I need to finish, and I may have showed these. I don't remember. I know I showed this one because I just recently finished it. The Orlando Skyline. This was one of those pieces that I needed to finish. I needed to finish for me. I needed it to be done. It was one of those pieces that just, I needed it to be done because it was hanging, not that it was hanging over my head, but it was just a heavy piece, and it took a lot of brain space when I was working on it. So when it was done, it felt good to have it done. But I also have a couple other ones done. And actually, I think I did show these. Like, I feel like I've shown these before, but oh well. I'll show them again. I have Love is Love. These were all free patterns that were in the group and are not anymore because somebody took them and shared them outside of the group because people suck. That's for another day. That's basically my opinions on people lately. They fucking suck. So Love is Love. And then here's another one. That's and then I have these two that I've started and need to knock out in the next couple weeks. So these are going to go into my box of Please Finish Me. I honestly have to go find the patterns. I hope they're saved on my iPad somewhere. If not, I mean, I'm sure I could kind of figure it out. But anyway, this one up here says Love. It'll say Love and then Wins. So Love Wins. And that one is by Miss Red. I don't know if that's like the designer name or if that's just what she was going by in the group. I just, on my little card, and then the heart. This will be a heart. So these two I need to knock out and get done. It's done. So those are all done on 14 count white Aida. You can only do them on 14 count white or black Aida. He doesn't want any, and it's all with DMCs. It's no like specialty fabrics or threads or anything. But those, I think they have to be in by like early in June. So I really need to get working on those. Put them right there so I don't forget. And then this one I just have them all hanging up in my laundry room so the wrinkles can fall out of them. This is America the Beautiful. This is a free pattern I found somewhere. I don't even think I wrote it down on my phone. I think this was before like I was taking accurate records of anything. Let's see. Oh no, I did. It's a free pattern by Oak Haven Designs. I started it on August 11th, 2016, and I finished it September 16th, 2016. Obviously, it didn't actually take me a month to do it. I think it took me like 3 days. But it's only 3 or 4 colors. Like red, white, blue, yellow, and black, I think. 5 colors. And this was done for Cross Stitch It's Fun. The Facebook group Cross Stitch It's Fun. They had a Veterans Day sale. And basically what the goal was to stitch a patriotic pattern and frame it and give it to like a nursing home for Veterans Day. You see how far I got with that? I finished it after Labor Day because you're supposed to do it before. No, it was supposed to be before Veterans Day. So I did finish it in time, and then folded it up and put it in a bag. And here we are, a year and a half later. Oh damn! All my hair's a mess. Sorry. So anyway, so that's, maybe I'll get to it this year. Maybe this year I'll be productive. My last finish that I found in that box was Dog Wisdom. This is a Bucella, is that how it said? Busilla? I think it's called Busilla. I think that's how you pronounce it. A Busilla kit. I got it at Joann's, I think, a couple years ago. So I finished this. I actually really enjoyed doing this one too. This was my first like foray into even weaves. When I bought it, I'm like, I don't know about all this. Like, this fabric is weird. I don't know. But I loved it. I really, really enjoyed working on it. I think I still have the pattern, so I may do it again. I don't think I threw it away. I'm just kidding. I won't do it again. Who am I kidding? But anyway, I stitched this to donate to a rescue group to frame it. Okay, so I stitched it and I was going to frame it and donate it to a rescue group for a charity auction in 2016. So we see how that went. I did finish it on time. I didn't have it framed in time for like the donation cutoff for that year. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it next year. No big deal. And I forgot. Till just now. Well, until a couple days ago when I found it again. So maybe this year I'll have it put together. But I kind of like it, and I kind of don't want to get rid of it now. Like, I don't know if anybody else will appreciate it, but it's super cute. And the people that I'm going to donate it to will. Like, that group of people, they do appreciate stuff like that. So anyway, so that's that. Now I think I'm really done. My kid's about to get off the bus. I got to go downstairs and get him, and I really hope it doesn't rain, like, when I'm waiting for him. Because it looks like it's going to pour. It's so nasty. So nasty outside. At least it's not in Florida where it's been raining. My parents are in the middle of moving, and it's been raining every day for, like, 2 weeks. Like, pouring every day for 2 weeks. And there's another, like, disturbance or whatever it is in the Gulf right now, or in the Caribbean. You want to talk about unresolved PTSD about tropical disturbances? Ew, so much stress. Because Harvey is still so fresh in everybody in Houston's mind. Everybody was, I think, like, really hoping for a quiet, not active hurricane season this year, and it's already, like, there's already been 2, and hurricane season hasn't even started. It doesn't start until next Friday, and there's already been, like, 2 disturbances out there in the Gulf. Not even, like, way over in the Atlantic, like, over by Africa. Nope, in the Gulf, like, you know, hanging out down there, spinning around, stirring shit up. Makes me twitch. Anyway, so that's all I have for today. I'm going to go get my kid off the bus and go to Hobby Lobby because I have stuff I have to get. Nothing stitching related, unfortunately, just stuff. But anyway, get stuff and then go pick up the middle kid and groceries. Because I haven't done that yet this week. My husband's a little antsy about food. Anyway, so that's all I have. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. I know I have a comment about gridding from my last video, and I will get back to you probably tomorrow at this point. I'm trying to go back and find the video that I used to learn how to do it, but I will find it, and I will link it. I'll add it as a comment to your video, or I mean to your question on my last video. I promise I'm working on it. So, thanks for joining me. I will see you guys next time. Bye.